closest the world has ever come to a full-scale nuclear war. This crisis began when American reconnaissance planes discovered Soviet nuclear missiles stationed in Cuba, just 90 miles from the coast of Florida. The roots of the crisis can be traced back to the Cold War's intense geopolitical tensions. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in an arms race, each striving to achieve nuclear superiority. In 1961, after the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, Cuban leader Fidel Castro sought support from the Soviet Union to deter any future American invasions. Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev saw an opportunity to level the nuclear playing field by placing missiles in Cuba. On October 14, 1962, an American U-2 spy plane captured photographs of Soviet missile sites under construction in Cuba. President John F. Kennedy was informed of this alarming discovery on October 16th, and he convened a group of advisors known as the Executive Committee of the National Security Council, or EXCOM, to discuss how to respond. President Kennedy faced a daunting decision. A military strike could eliminate the missile threat, but risk triggering a nuclear war with the Soviet Union. Alternatively, doing nothing would leave the United States vulnerable to a nuclear attack. After several days of intense deliberation, Kennedy decided on a middle course, a naval blockade, which he termed a quarantine, to prevent further Soviet shipments of military equipment to Cuba. On October 22nd, President Kennedy addressed the nation, revealing the existence of the missiles in Cuba and announcing the quarantine. He warned that any missile launched from Cuba would be regarded as an attack on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response. The world held its breath as Soviet ships carrying additional missiles approached the quarantine line. A tense standoff ensued, with the fate of millions hanging in the balance. Secret negotiations took place behind the scenes, with both sides exploring ways to avoid a catastrophic escalation. On October 28th, a breakthrough was reached. Khrushchev agreed to dismantle the missile sites in Cuba in exchange for a U.S. public declaration not to invade Cuba. Additionally, the United States secretly agreed to remove its Jupiter missiles from Turkey, which were positioned within striking distance of the Soviet Union. The Cuban Missile Crisis ended peacefully, but it left a profound impact on international relations. It highlighted the dangers of nuclear brinkmanship and led to the establishment of a direct communication link between Washington and Moscow, known as the Hotline, to prevent similar crises in the future. This tense confrontation underscored the importance of diplomacy, communication, and compromise in resolving international conflicts. The Cuban Missile Crisis remains a powerful reminder of the potential consequences of nuclear war and the necessity of seeking peaceful resolutions to global challenges. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. We hope this whispered account has provided you with insight and understanding. Until next time, take care and remember the lessons of the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. We hope this whispered account has provided you with insight and understanding. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit like and subscribe, and also hit the little bell to get notified when we upload new content. Until next time, take care and remember the lessons of the past.